Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into a story that just might tug at your heartstrings and maybe even inspire you to chase those forgotten dreams. It's a tale about a mysterious letter, a whisper from the future, and how sometimes the greatest motivation comes from within ourselves. Get ready for the letter that changed the future. Imagine being a young artist, full of passion, your sketchbook overflowing with dreams, but the world around you is constantly whispering doubts. Maybe it's a critique that stung a little too much, or the endless comparison to others, or just the sheer weight of self-doubt that creeps in when you're trying to create something beautiful. This is exactly where our story begins, with a young woman named Mila. Mila loved to paint. Her canvases were vibrant, her colors bold, and her imagination boundless. But lately, that spark had started to dim. The rejections from art schools felt like personal attacks. The advice from well-meaning but practical relatives about getting a real job echoed in her ears, and the fear of failure became a heavy cloak she couldn't shake off. She was on the verge of giving up, ready to pack away her brushes and canvases, convinced that her art was just a childish fantasy. One gloomy afternoon, as Mila sat by her window, contemplating throwing her half-finished landscape painting into the trash, something unexpected happened. A letter arrived. Not just any letter, but one addressed to her, in handwriting that looked oddly familiar, yet she couldn't place it. The envelope felt old, almost as if it had traveled a great distance, not just physically, but through time itself. With a puzzled frown, she tore it open. The paper was slightly yellow, and the ink seemed to hum with an unspoken energy. She began to read, and as she did, a chill ran down her spine. The letter started, "Dear Mila, if you are reading this, it means you're at a crossroads, just like I was. You're thinking of giving up, aren't you? Please don't." The letter went on to describe her current struggles with uncanny accuracy, the rejections, the self-doubt, even the half-finished landscape painting on her easel. It spoke of the unique way she saw the world, the vibrant soul she poured into every stroke. It didn't offer grand solutions or a map to instant success, but it offered something far more profound, unwavering belief. Your art isn't just paint on canvas, Mila, the letter continued. It's a part of your soul, a voice that only you possess. The world needs to hear it, needs to see it. Don't let fear steal your masterpiece before it's even fully begun. Trust me, trust yourself. Keep going. You are destined for great things, but only if you hold on to your belief. The words resonated deep within her. It was as if someone who truly understood her, someone who had walked in her shoes, was reaching out across time, extending a hand of encouragement. Who could have sent this? Was it a guardian angel? A mysterious stranger who knew too much? The questions swirled in her mind, but one thing was clear. The letter had rekindled a flame she thought was extinguished. She picked up her brush again, her hand trembling slightly, but this time, it wasn't with doubt, but with renewed purpose. The words "keep going" became her mantra. She painted with a fervor she hadn't felt in months, not for validation, but for the sheer joy of creation, because a voice from an unknown future had told her to believe. Years passed. Mila faced more challenges, more rejections, but that letter, tucked safely in her art box, was a constant reminder. She kept going. She refined her technique, found her unique style, and slowly but surely, her art began to gain recognition. Galleries started calling, her pieces sold, and her name became synonymous with a fresh, captivating perspective. She became the successful artist the letter had promised she could be. One crisp autumn evening, after a particularly triumphant gallery opening, Mila was feeling a deep sense of gratitude. She sat in her studio, surrounded by her acclaimed works, and a wave of warmth washed over her. Her gaze fell upon the old, yellowed letter, still cherished after all these years. She picked it up, her fingers tracing the familiar handwriting. As she reread the words that had pulled her back from the brink, something clicked. A sudden, breathtaking realization. The handwriting. It wasn't just familiar. It was hers. The turns of the E, the loops of the L, the distinct way she dotted her I's. It was unmistakably her own hand. The paper, the ink, it was from a stationery set she had bought recently, a special kind she loved. Tears welled up in her eyes, but these were tears of profound understanding, not sadness. The mystery wasn't that someone from the future had sent her a letter. The mystery was that she had sent it to herself. In that moment, she understood the beautiful, cyclical nature of destiny and self-belief. Her future self, having achieved everything, looked back at her struggling past self, and provided the exact message she needed to hear. She was her own guardian angel, her own source of profound motivation. And in that same moment of revelation, a new, compelling urge came over her. She knew exactly what she had to do. She went to her desk, pulled out a fresh sheet of her favorite stationery, dipped her pen in ink, and began to write. Dear Alara, if you are reading this, it means you're at a crossroads, just like I was. You're thinking of giving up, aren't you? Please don't. The circle was complete. The letter wasn't a warning, but a confirmation. It wasn't about someone else saving her, but about her future self empowering her past self. It was a testament to the idea that our greatest potential, our deepest reservoirs of strength, often lie within us, waiting to be acknowledged and tapped into. Sometimes, all it takes is a little nudge, a message from the future, to remind us of the incredible power we hold to shape our own destinies. This story, The Letter That Changed the Future, is such a powerful reminder for all of us. How often do we stand at a crossroads, ready to give up on a dream, a passion, or even just a difficult goal? What if we could send ourselves a letter from our future, successful selves, urging us to keep going? What would it say? The beautiful truth is, you don't need a time machine to write that letter. You can write it right now. You can choose to believe in your future self, the one who overcame challenges, who achieved their goals, who became who they were meant to be. And you can let that belief fuel you today. Your future self is cheering you on, right now. What amazing message would you send to your past self if you could? And more importantly, what message are you going to internalize from your future self, right now, to keep going? Remember, every step, every brush stroke, every effort, no matter how small, adds up. Don't let doubt silence your unique voice. Believe in your journey, believe in your potential, and trust that the path you're on, if pursued with passion and persistence, will lead you exactly where you're meant to be. Thank you so much for joining me on this emotional journey today. I hope Melia's story sparked something wonderful within you. If it did, please hit that like button, share this video with someone who might need to hear it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories and thought-provoking content. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep creating, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.